Hey there, Covert GG back with another Escape from Tarkov video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you so very much for all the support on our first EFT Market Watch video. If you subscribed or you gave us a thumbs up for that, I really appreciate you. I do. Also, I neglected to mention, we actually have a Twitch channel. I stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 a.m. Eastern to about 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And I would love to have you there, and we would love to have you. We've got a great community in chat, some really funny folks, and a lot of positivity. So please come check us out. Now, without further ado, this specific video is for some early quests that you're going to have to go through. It is considered a bit beginner level, but it is something that I think you'll find helpful. So specifically, Therapist is going to have 2 different quests that you're going to need to do for her. It's actually going to be the first quest and the 6th quest. The very first quest is called Shortage, and it requires that you go out and find 5 Salewas. Now, you actually could buy these on the market. However, you're not going to have access to the flea market until level 5. And so without the help of friends, that means you're actually going to have to find them in raid. The other value add here is if you can stack these up, once you do get to the point where you have access to the flea market, you can sell your overage. And Salewas even now are still selling for 10,000 rubles. So there's some good money to be had the moment you get to level 5, assuming that you can find a bunch of these. And that's part of what I want to help with. Now, the second quest is called Painkillers. Painkillers, Therapist requires that you find 5 Morphine in raid. And this can be a bit of a chore at times. We actually have an experienced community member that did not find all 5 until level 22, and he was hunting those down. So at times, you know, it is a little bit of RNG, but it can be a bit of a chore even when you know exactly where you need to go. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to focus on 2 maps and all of the medical stash locations throughout those 2 maps. Now, the reason why I chose these particular 2 maps is because early on, you're going to have to do quite a few things on customs and interchange. And so while you're doing those, you can check all of these locations and start to hopefully stack up these items for yourself. Anyway, let's go ahead and scrub one out. All right, so as you can see here, this is interchange, and this is going to be our medical run. We're coming out of the parking lot here, and this is going to be ollie to our front. Now I'm going to brake left here. My dude's going to pant like a sexy beast. And I'm going to stop short here. At this sign, there's actually a stash barrel, or a barrel stash, and so you're going to want to check that. That's a great spot for loot. I check that all the time. So from there, we're actually going to make our way over to the highway. Now the highway actually has 2 different ambulances. And so you're going to want to check those as well because they both have the potential for medical supplies to spawn in them. Obviously, what we're looking for is morphines and Salewas. So again, that sign is where that barrel stash is. So just as a point of reference, I wanted to look back there so you could see it. Now, on this particular ambulance, you can only open 1 door, so if there is going to be a medical supply, it's actually going to spawn on that yellow cushion there. Now, the second ambulance here is a double door, and so it might be worth noting that on some maps, if you can actually go inside the ambulance, there are things that will spawn on the passenger seat. So you might want to just hop in there and take a look. But for the purposes of this quest, in particular Shortage and Painkiller, you should be able to find the meds right when you open the door. Now we're gonna make our way over, and my dude is just gonna keep panting like a sexy beast. You're gonna have 2 more ambulances that are parked out front of interchange. So this particular one is a half door. We're gonna check right on that seat, and then on the second one, it's actually gonna be a double door. I've always found the meds on this yellow orangish cushion, but again, it might be worth taking a quick little gander on these passenger seats to see if there's anything that can spawn there as well. So far we've come up dry on the 4 different ambulances. Now we're going to make our way through the mall and head over to Mantis. Now, Mantis is going to have a bunch of different spots that you're going to have to look at. So you can look at all the different shelves. Here you're going to have a medical bag. And right behind this medical bag, there's going to be like a little cubby and some shelves. I have found numerous meds there, and here we're going to glance to the right. All of those shelves could have splints, Salewa's, cars, etc. All of these shelves, and you'll notice here this syringe doesn't spawn or doesn't render right away, but you can find meds there, and that jacket at times will have little goodies. We're going to find a cheese here, and there's also going to be a medical box right behind this partition. So again, we've come up kind of short in terms of what our main objective is. However, you have been able to see that Mantis is pretty solid for medical supplies. Now, the real goodies are going to be an intercom, typically. Now, you will need a key to get into this medical facility, which you'll find on customs, and I'm actually going to show you where you can find that. Here, you want to check all the tabletops, all the shelves. You want to make sure you're checking jackets and obviously medical bags. So that we're coming up short so far, but I want to demonstrate here that in this jacket, I find pain meds. And so again, even the jackets have an opportunity for pain meds. We had a bandage back on the table. Here we have a duffel, which you never know, swing and a miss, but you could find heals there. Now, again, all of these little cubbies and these shelves right here, I have found numerous morphines up along that wall. And you're actually going to be surprised, but you even find CPUs hanging on these shelves towards the back here. So you've got to make sure you do a thorough job, because it would be a shame that you would waste your RNG if there was a morphine sitting there and you walked away without doing a really good job of looting this area, because it just is a great potential spot for heals. Now, in this last cubicle section here, you're actually going to have another medical bag. And so you do need to be careful when you're hanging out inside of Emercom. You're really noisy, and people can shoot you through those windows. So you have to be mindful of your surroundings and understand that you want to do a thorough job, but you want to be quick, because folks that are wearing ear pro can hear you from a decent distance. Now, from here, we're actually gonna head over to Idea, and we're gonna bust the left, head up the escalator, make another quick left, and this second store on the right here is actually going to be another great spawn for meds. So you're going to have a double door here. Again, shelves great all the way through, and this entire U area right here. You have to check all these spots. Again, swing and a miss, because we're getting bandages and cheese, but you never know. You could have a morphine there, you could have a Salewa, a car, etc., etc. This is a great spot for heals and med supplies. Now, when you come into this back closet, you're going to have a PC here. You're going to want to check that for a flash drive. Again, unrelated to what we're doing with this video, but you want to make sure you check that PC. And then finally, we're going to have a med box in this back closet area, and morphines, etc. I mean, you know, the list goes on and on. You're going to want to check this tabletop. You're going to want to check all the shelves. And so you want to make sure you're doing a thorough job here. Now, from here, we're going to have to hoof it to the other side of interchange. So we're actually going to make our way over to the center of the mall for a point of reference. And then we're going to head over to Tech Light. And so across from Tech Light, there's something that I've dubbed the Minute Clinic. And so the Minute Clinic, I usually will only find about one set of meds here, but again, you know, when it comes to RNG, you just never know. Although in this case, I actually find an NaCl, which is quite valuable, but you want to check all of these little cubbies, all the shelves, and just make sure that you check it all, because right up top, lo and behold, we found some cheese. So that's actually going to wrap it up for Interchange, but Interchange is a map you're going to spend quite a bit of time early on, and so as you're questing, you can try to path out the areas that make the most sense, or you can just go for all of them. And so now we're going to switch over to Customs, and so Customs is a map that you are going to be on non-stop at least till about level 22, and although there aren't an incredible number of places for heals, the ones that are available are great. And so that med box right there by Customs or Big Red has the potential for just about anything. Now, on our way to dorms, I thought that I would show you this because this is a duffel bag that not a lot of people know about, and for whatever reason, I feel like I find heals here fairly consistent. So you're gonna go through this bush that's right next to the fuel tanker, and all the way in the back you're gonna have a duffel, and we are gonna find heals, or well, I should say medical supplies in terms of a bandage. So you know, swing and a miss yet again, but it does demonstrate that medical supplies can spawn there. Now things will start to get a little juicy here in a bit. So basically we're doing 2 runs. We did an interchange and now we're on a customs run. Now this is dorms 2-story building, and if you make your way to the back of the first floor, this is 114. You will need a key to get in here, and you'll need this for a quest as well. Now this room is going to have a medical box, it's going to have a safe and a PC. And there we go, morphine, bada bing, bada boom, baby. I actually found my last flash drive for my Jaeger quest with that PC. So again, this is a great room, this is a great key, and it's a safe that you can check fairly regularly. I found a boss in here about 2 days ago. So, you know, it's a nice spot for several different items. But for the purposes of this video, we've now found our first morphine that can go towards the painkiller quest. And there's a duffel right there. Actually, I meant to showcase that, but that duffel, I have found several bitcoins in that duffel. Now, making our way over to the gas station, you're going to want to jump in this bad boy. That seat cushion right there is where the Emercom key spawns. And, of course, the back of the ambulance is a medical supply spawn. Making our way into the gas station, there are 3 rooms here, and this is a storage closet. You, again, will need a key. But if you can grab that storage key, you're going to get a medical bag and a med box. Oh, and look what we just found. 2 Salewas, and let's see what we find in this med box. Bazinga. There you go. 2 morphines and 2 Salewas. We're almost 50% through shortage and painkiller in 2 runs. So, I mean, RNG is RNG, but when you know where to go, you can try to stack the odds in your favor, and I believe that this actually has demonstrated that. This is actually my first run for this video. Now, last but not least, I'm going to take you over to checkpoint, and there's actually going to be a vehicle here with the hatchback open. There's a jacket in the back, and medical supplies can spawn there. I find sale was here all the time. So this is another great spot. At any rate, these 2 maps should get you through those first 2 quests. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, gang, hope you got value out of that video, and if so, make sure to subscribe and thumbs it up. Also, don't forget about the Twitch channel, and I really appreciate your support regardless. Until next time, I'm Covert GG. Peace.